right. Hello. Larissa here. I hope you're having a fabulous week. Welcome to my Lunch and Learn, where we explore topics to help you elevate your mindset, be at your best, and radically expand your life, your business, your health, your finances, your relationships, and beyond. And today I'm talking about a very special topic: how to approach sales without being sleazy. So, if you've ever felt uncomfortable promoting yourself, maybe promoting your services, maybe you've even felt nauseous at the thought of sales, this is for you because we are going to look at how you can approach sales in an authentic and empowering way that leads to a win-win outcome for all. Okay, I'm just going to pop off my phone because it is on. All right. So, really important topic because when you truly do approach sales with a win win outcome for all, you feel good, they feel good, and the world starts moving in a different way. So, I know some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm Larissa McCooch, author of Stop Procrastinating Your Life Away, Master Results Coach, and CEO of Abundance Academy, where we help professional women whose outside external results tell the world they're successful, but on the inside, they know they're destined for more. So I help them stop holding themselves back and go after their dreams so they can radically expand their income, their impact. They can love themselves, love their lives, and love their businesses, and just create absolute magic around them. So I would love to know where you are coming in from. If you're tuning in by replay, type in replay in the chat. And if this is your first time here, type in first time in the chat. I truly do thank you and appreciate you for being here. And I appreciate your presence. Now, when it comes to the world of sales, a lot of people feel very uncomfortable with the idea of sales, especially if they have not grown up with sales. And all of a sudden, maybe they've left a previous position and they find themselves in the world of selling, needing to promote themselves or their products or their services. Now, my very first profession was actually in financial services. And prior to that, I never even heard of sales. I didn't know sales was even a part of it. I just knew I liked how money worked. I was comfortable with it, and it was a cool thing to do. So sales wasn't really in my awareness. It was there, but it wasn't really there. And there was a lot of talk around the office about how people had these negative preconceptions of salespeople, and they taught them, they thought of them all as used car salesmen. It was really uncomfortable. And they were uncomfortable with sales, and they used to think sales was sleazy. And it wasn't something I had ever thought I should consider. Yet these discussions kept happening, and the more uncomfortable they were talking about sales as this icky thing, I started getting uncomfortable with sales. It was almost like their preconceived notion kept rubbing off on me, and I didn't like it. Now, growing up, I'd actually done a lot of sales and I had no idea. I was involved in dance and band and a lot of fundraising, and things were always happening. So from door to door sales, selling chocolate almonds, or we had booths where we would sell food in front of retail stores. We would do like burger fries. I think you have to get licensed these days. But back then we would like set up barbecues in front of a Canadian Tire, and we would encourage people to buy them. And we'd ask if they wanted more with their friends, for their friends and family. We're like, it's kind of like would you like fries with that, sir? We would work bingos, and part of our revenue was from the profits. So could we get them to buy even more bingo cards? I remember I would call my mom's friends, asking them to buy poinsettias or hams or anything that we had on the go. And there's always something. And one of the things that I didn't realize is I was just really content with this idea of sales. We had to raise money for costumes. We had to raise money for band trips. Most of the people were really happy to support us. And I just felt really content. It was just part of what we did. It was what it was. There was nothing like salesy about it. We just asked, and they either said yes or they said no. And when they were showing up and we could provide food for them or an opportunity, they were so grateful. So I was really content with this idea of sales. Now, when I began working with the Proctor Gallagher Institute, we did a lot of training in the realm of sales. And it was the first time I felt truly empowered, because we were taught that selling was helping. And that was a really different way of looking at it, because even though I wanted to help people and I had helped people, nobody had ever told me selling is helping. You're actually helping people get from where they are to where they want to be. And you're doing it with integrity, with authenticity and grace. And we learned how to approach things energetically, head to head, heart to heart, body to body. It was so much beyond just memorizing another sales script and drilling areas of concern. And one of the things I started to do is really use these tools for myself. I've shared these tools with clients and colleagues in my Building Confidence in Sales bootcamp. But the thing is, it didn't start to feel empowered when I simply learned the concepts, but rather when I actually started to use them. So, why am I sharing this with you? Because selling is amazing. I love, love, love sales. I think sales makes the world go around. And when the experience is good, good for you, good for them, it paves the path for absolute magic to happen. And I think the more wonderful sales experiences we have, the more joy we could actually bring into our lives, because we're going to start moving ourselves, our lives, and our businesses forward in many regards. So, do you want to stop feeling icky when you approach sales? Would you like to have those that you work with resonate even more with the conversations that you're having with them? And could you actually imagine, just close your eyes for a second, could you imagine seeing yourself enjoy the sales process and truly have fun with it? Like, really have fun with it. It's dancing with that possibility. And that's what today is all about, changing your perception of sales and how you approach it. Because sales is defined as the exchange of a commodity for money. So you're selling something, a product or a service, in exchange for money. Now, what's the typical definition? Like that is the typical definition. However, when you think about it, you're also selling ideas constantly. Maybe you're not doing them in exchange for money, but think about ideas you have to sell to people around you, on your team, in your communities, with your children. If you have children, you're always having to sell them, or they are trying to sell you on something, right? And I really think of sales as moving people down a path to agreement with you and towards your desired outcome. Sales is moving people down a path to agreement with you and a path to agreement towards their desired outcome. Now, when it comes to sales history, it's been around since commerce itself. People started bartering and trading well before the digital modern age came along. So often sales were conducted in person, face to face, word of mouth. Back in the day, merchants had to actually travel to other cities to barter for their goods. Now, while that still happens on some level these days, it's pretty typical to just purchase something with the click of a button. All you got to do, grab your phone, see something, and it's like, ooh, this makes me feel good. I want to buy it. Now, when you're working in the realm of sales, before you even consider any techniques or flow or sales strategies, there are so many beautiful strategies out there, and there's a lot of really questionable ones. However, I want you to think about what sales actually is, because just like anything in the world, the foundation for a great sales experience is all about energy. Now, Albert Einstein said, energy, everything is energy. That's all there is to it. Match the frequency of what you desire, and you can't help but get it. This is not philosophy. This is physics. So money is energy. Your thoughts and your feelings are energy. Everything is energy. And if you want to attract something to you, there's actually got to be an energetic alignment. So when it comes to sales, this has to be top of mind, because your energy towards something, your energy towards the concept of sales, your energy towards the person you're engaging with, your energy towards your product, towards your actual service is everything. And most people think it's about the product or the service, and it's not what it's about. 99% of people aren't aware of it, yet the energetic component dramatically influences their decision. It is so, so true. Now, More energy, like, yay, let me be happier, let me be more energetic, isn't necessarily better. There needs to be an energetic match, like a phone number or a radio frequency, or that little number that's, when you are on your online banking or you're in a secured website, you look at your phone and you get that text and you're like, oh, these are the 6 numbers, I must input them. Okay. When there is an alignment, those 6 numbers that are texted to you, when they match what the company sent, you are allowed to go into this secured site that you're trying to get into. So the energetic match has to be there. It might be higher, it might be lower, it might be somewhere in the middle. It might have to dance around a little bit. However, when you're aware that your energetic state and how you show up to it is the bigger driving force, more than just what you're saying, more than just a script, more than just product knowledge, that is your key. So that's what I want to talk to you really about today. And I have 7 specific ways that you can have, I'm going to say good and appropriate energy, perhaps not good, appropriate energy. Now, the first thing is intention. Intention is everything. Intend to be of service. Go in with an open mind. Be service oriented because you're there to help and serve this person. This is an attitude that must come from you and from your heart. Intend to be of service. You can't go in thinking, oh, I have to sell something. No, it's like, I'm going to meet this person. I want to find out what they need so I can help them. How can I best help you? That's the question you want to ask before going in. Second thing, pay attention to people. Get to know them, really get to know them. Get to know what they need, what they want, make the best recommendation for them. And sometimes, in fact, that means not selling your product or service and actually pointing them in a different direction. Maybe they're not a good fit for you. Don't sell them something that's not a good fit. They will respect you for it. It will pay off in dividends in the long run. But when you're really paying attention, you're listening with your eyes and with your ears. You want to ask intelligent questions and really hear what they have to say. And also listen for what is not said. Sometimes they're breathing and these awkward facial expressions, or maybe tension in their hands or in their chest might say a lot more than yep, or even the tone of their voice, because maybe they're uncomfortable, maybe they're unaware, maybe something's not vibing, but they don't even know how to express it. So really pay attention to people and look at the nuances. Third thing is you've got to be willing to make them uncomfortable. And I think this is really, really important. The difference isn't you're not going in to try to hurt them or to stick them with something. However, you need to know that there are 2 things that motivate people: pain and pleasure. While we often desire pleasure, most people are willing to do things to avoid extreme pain. They would rather avoid pain than do anything to get the thing they most desire. Not in all cases. I'm going to say probably in 90% of cases, that's how it is. And so there's many people that have been hurting for a long time. And maybe there's something that you've been, you know you should do, and you just haven't gotten to it. You've been procrastinating your life away on it. And you think about it, you're like, I should do that, but you don't. Oh, I should do that, but I don't. I should do that, but I don't. I've got to do this thing on the weekend. I've got to have my work-life balance. I'm going to, I'll get to it. Oh, I feel bad, but I need to have my rest. And you tell yourself these stories. But until someone actually calls you on it and says, you're avoiding this, and you look at the difference it would make to actually just get this done, you would save yourself a ton of time, money, and energy. Often, if there is something lingering, it's costing people a couple hours a day, often 2 to 4 hours a day, based on my many conversations with people, while they're spinning in avoidance instead of just getting this thing done. However, if you're in a sales situation and you see someone spinning, show them what it's costing them. and show them how painful it is to actually stay there. How painful will it be to stay there for another 5, 10, 20 years, hoping the problem will go away? If it's been around for a while, it's not likely to go away without a little assistance. So you have to be willing to make them uncomfortable, to let them be uncomfortable so that they can make a better choice, so that they can cross the threshold and actually get to the point of pleasure. Like I said, most people are willing to do things for pain, not pleasure in the beginning. They'll run and chase the pleasure, but it's not going to be that long-lasting pleasure that's going to make a difference to their lives. Step 4, have a process. So there are so many sales scripts and flows out there, and they are great to get you started if you've never gone through a sales training before. However, you don't want to be reading a script. When you're talking to people, you don't want to read a script. You want to have a natural flow. When you find their pains, you reveal their desires. You've looked at what they've tried, what they want, where they are right at this point, and what they're willing to do in order to move ahead. You want to help discuss solutions with them and make your recommendation. And so when you have this clear process to follow, maybe there will be guiding questions. Maybe there will be bullets. Maybe you'll just have a map in your mind. Okay. The process is different for everyone. However, when you have a clear process to follow, and this is something that we actually work with our clients in the Abundance Accelerator program on, we've had several people that have jumped out of a corporate job or a totally different industry and gone into business for themselves. All of a sudden, they have to promote themselves and their products and services, but they don't know what to say. And they want the conversation to be authentic and integrity filled. So we walk them through a process and they're like, wow, I can have this conversation and I can help this person in a meaningful way. So when you have a process, you're not just left having a nice chit chat or a nice conversation. You can actually make really good use of the person's time in front of you. Okay. So having that process will also help save you time. Maintain the integrity of your conversation. That's step 5. And I think sometimes you want to look at the intention of the particular call. If you're just meeting someone, or if you're out at a social function, or if you're, let's just say you bump into someone, or maybe it's just a connection call. Don't jump into sales mode. If they are interested in working with you, set up a separate time for that to know that that's happening. Say, like, if you're interested in this, I can help you. Let's set up a separate time to discuss it. It could be later that day. It could be the next day. Similarly, if you have a call for a sales presentation, or someone wants to learn what it is, what it looks like to work with you, then don't spend the time chit-chatting. Minute or two of chit chat, and then actually share what you're there to share with them so they make good use of time. Follow your process. Maintain the integrity of the conversation. And so it's really important that you know what the intention is, and you even state it right up front so that people know what to expect, right? Discuss business on a business call. Keep the personal stuff on a personal call. Number 6, you want to see the best in them, right? You may, in the beginning, need to believe in them more than they believe in themselves, and that's okay. However, they may not be ready. They can get there over time. You've got to see the best and the most potential in them. And last but not least, make truthful claims and be transparent. Now, I truly believe anything is possible. Anything and everything is possible. It's not always possible right at the beginning, and it's not always possible to happen like this. Transformation can take time. You want to give them what they want, and over time, get them to where they need to be. You want to be truthful that, yeah, I can get you here. And if you can get them there quickly, great. But if it's going to take 3 months, tell them it'll take 3 months. If it takes a little longer, tell them that so that they know what to expect. Anything is possible, but if you're trying to chase 10 shiny stars at once, nothing's going to happen. So just make sure that you are really open and upfront with whatever your product or service is going to be able to actually do for the people, and let them know what their level of responsibility is. So these are things that can dramatically assist you in a sales process. And when it comes to approaching sales, these are things that will help you have integrity in what you do, because you're going to approach it from a beautiful and energetic state, and you're going to have a sense of alignment with what you do. So what are the 7 steps that I covered? Intend to be of service. Pay attention to people. Be willing to make them uncomfortable. Have a process. Maintain the integrity of your conversation. See the best in them and make truthful claims as well as be transparent. So that was a lot. I hope this is helpful. But next time you start approaching sales, begin falling in love with the process of sales, because when you truly have the attitude that selling is helping, I am here to absolutely serve this person, you are going to take that person further, faster, and with more integrity. Sales is a really simple process. It's not always easy in the beginning, and it will never feel good if you don't approach it with heart, with integrity, with authenticity and grace. People don't just run and say, hey, I want to buy. You have to invite them in and let them buy. You have to say, yes, I can help you, because they may have no clue. However, do it from a place of heart and allow yourself to help other people. This world truly is abundant, and I firmly believe that we can be, do, and have anything and everything that our heart desires. And if you are looking to step into your highest level of abundance with the mindset, with the heart, with the integrity, and shed some of those limitations, that overwhelm, that stress, and set that aside so you can move forward with a clean slate, having a life that others want to duplicate, I want to invite you to a special opportunity. It is a masterclass where you actually learn how to stop procrastinating your life away, stop avoiding those beautiful, meaningful goals and dreams that you have for yourself, and allow yourself to shine and thrive financially, physically, in your health and well-being, in your energetic state, in your business. If you are absolutely ready to thrive, I want to invite you to my masterclass. And what I'm going to do is we're going to post a link to the Abundance Activation Masterclass in the chat. And if you want a link message to you directly, just type in abundance in the chat and my team will make sure to send it to you. So I would love for you to join me. It's an hour and a half long. It's jam-packed with information, but we're going to really look at what it's going to take for you to energetically in your heart and strategically with your mind, get yourself, your life, your business, your world to a state of abundance. So when I was with the Proctor Gallagher Institute, I remember when I started adopting this philosophy of actually taking this idea of sales and letting it be helping. I remember I got on calls with a few people and I was like, I could totally help this person. I was thinking in my mind and I said, I think I can help you. Are you interested? And when they said, yeah, I set up another call and I told them about what I was thinking and how I could help them. I felt so empowered. And I remember before I'd even thought through my whole entire business, I got my first client who paid by check, my second client who paid by e-transfer, my third client paid by credit card. I learned how to process a credit card that day, but I started attracting clients because I really started paying attention to people and looking at how I could help them. And that was just such an empowering thing to do. It was totally different than what I'd ever done before. And so often I look back on my youth and all of this experience I had in sales, right? Just being content with helping people along the way. That truly did pave the path for so many beautiful foundations I had later in life, because I now look back and I look at those experiences and how many people's lives I've positively impacted from the simple little fundraising activities that I did over the years. And I feel so much more empowered because of that. And even in financial services, I remember at some point, I was so uncomfortable with them talking about how uncomfortable sales was. I literally just put my earmuffs on and I said, you know what? You may think that way, but I don't need to think that way. I actually really love talking to people. I love inviting people to work with me. It makes me feel good. I know I'm doing a good thing. So I put my earmuffs on that discomfort and I allowed myself to be empowered. And when I stepped into a top producer role, that was the icing on the cake. It made me feel so, so, so empowered. So anything truly is possible for you. I would love, love, love to see you at the Abundance Activation Masterclass. Alarm came on. Would love to see you at the Abundance Activation Masterclass and just share how you can elevate your life, your business, and step into a world of abundance, because the world is here. The world needs you now. And if you want to shift your energy, easy for her to say, if you want to shift your energy to elevate your life, you absolutely must be there. It is free. It's an hour and a half, and it will rock your world. It will make you wake up to your possibilities. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. I will see you guys again next week with another Lunch and Learn episode. And you have a beautiful, beautiful day. Hope